NIP, they have qualified. It's going to be a big battle between, well, we have our odds. Let's leave that discussion for after this match.
NaVi, it's nice to see NaVi being the favorite for so many matches. This is really cool.
Now, they've had some great Dust 2 matches recently. Players like Zeus.
See, now this is unfavorable. Alu up against 2 USPSs. That's not a good look.
And they are actually creeping towards Upper Dark now at NIP, so they're going to be able to make a quick entry here. Seized is in prime position to do some excellent damage as he spots the players. In they come. There it is. First head found. Can he get anything else? They need to get forwards quickly or take him down, but he is going to survive there. They don't have any grenades to actually take him out. And there's 3 players for NaVi on B. 3 of them. There is no entry here for NIP. It's not happening, and they are going to rotate slowly but surely. 50 seconds left now, and we can see Flamey's holding A long here, and that's going to be very indicative of what's going on here. And he's going to get the frag as well. NaVi poised to take this round.
Flank coming in straight away on the long area. Well, he's going to have a quick look and go back towards long, in fact. So they'll have a bit of a crossfire here. 3 people to defend A versus 3 advancing Swedes. Actually, 2 Swedes, 1 Finn. So, trades coming in so far. 30 seconds remaining, 4 versus 2. Bomb is in a horrible place, and NIP are not in a good situation, to say the very least. Forrest, he's good at pistols, but he's going to have to be fantastic to try and win this. 1-0 to NaVi.
Yeah, starting life off wonderfully. So, scout on Guardian. And MP7s all around. MP7s all around. Everywhere you look, James, there's an MP7. Everywhere. But are they going to be able to get the fast frags? We've got the white out there in the hands of Flamey. And NIP, they are going to make their way fast up short with 3 players looking for that A split.
Oh, look how Edward didn't fire a single shot. He's got information for his team. Going to allow them to position themselves. Molotov gets smoked off, but Flamey just waiting down long. Oh, the push is coming in. The bomb is long. He's let the bomb go past. That's going to be 2 frags and the end of the round. Excellent plays there by NaVi. First for Edward to allow 3 players to pass, tell his teammates, then go for the insta-flank. Flamey to allow 2 players to pass him on long. Get the information that the bomb is there, eliminate both players, and close out the round for NaVi. Very good play. Not too itchy on a trigger finger there.
Absolutely not. And they're going to carry these MP7s into this round, and probably, very likely, going to hold on to most of them into the bye round they're going to be up against in the round that follows this, round number 4, when NIP get the AKs going. But they've just got Glocks now. 1 P250 on Forest, but the proceedings have begun. Flamey is kicking things off with that MP7 armor core, and he's going to be spraying down some more. There's 2 quick kills from Edward as they make their way forward, but Guardian is there with that pistol of his own. Try to finish off the last man, but it's going to be Forrest who actually does get the kill there, and using a couple of players. So Zeus is actually going to pick up the scout and AWP bought by Edward. So we're going to start seeing some real weapons now, but it will double AWP, Edward and Guardian.
Real
this
people.
Will be interesting.
Real guns. Is Seeds keeping the scout? I don't think this is a wise idea. To have 3 sniper rifles on a defense, one of which is a scout. We've seen this a number of times where the opposing team manages to get onto a site, then they have to play retakes. If they take B, how are they going to retake it with 2 AWPs and a scout, for example? That's probably not going to happen. So I think they may have overextended here.
Oh dear, I think there must be a smoke down there. You can see it on the floor, I think, which wasn't displaying on GoTV.
Mad weird.
There's actually a really interesting point here about middle. We're going to make that in a moment. We're going to have Alu picking Guardian up onto short. So big entry there for NIP towards A, but Zeus, he's been pretty strong on the previous Dust 2. I think he was top fragging even, but there it is. He's going to be spraying down Freiburg. They need to make their way quickly on to this position, but Zeus is keeping himself alive. He's dropped the bomb, and he gets the last kill onto Ali. So he's held it down well. He's got that 3 kill, and now it's just on Forest. 31 points of health, and he's slowly just edging his way onto all the positions. I think he spotted the barrel there of the gun, but he doesn't want to give his position away if it's not going to be a guaranteed kill. So he's going to find Zeus, but Zeus gets himself the quad kill, so Zeus kicking things off well. But I just quickly want to make the point. Why do they make the choice between the HE and the smoke, you may ask? Well, the only reason can be that if they HE, they get the coverage very quickly to actually cross safely. but it allows them to then re-peek with the AWP. And that the opponents have to smoke it if they want to smoke it. But it allows them to re-peek with the AWP. So that's the reason why they would do that.
Speaking of AWPs, now we're back in Oceanic territory. 3 AWPs on the NaVi side. NIP not going to be prepared for this, but if they stick together and push the right area on this eco, then how are NaVi going to defend with 3 AWPs? This could go either way here. These are dangerous plays by NaVi, in my opinion. We will have to see how they play out. The push coming in towards short now. Freiberg stopping dead. They're off being a moving target here versus NaVi plays. They don't lose a player, Dan. They do not lose a player.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I am really curious to see how a team like NaVi plays with triple AWP, seized on the AWP. They are building lots of money too, so this is quite quite odd and quite bizarre. I wonder if they're going to actually try to peek quite a few players on middle with the AWPs at the start of the round to try to get the guaranteed kill onto Ali, but it's going to be Edward. I think he was flirting with the idea of moving through to the the lower dark pick.
Underdark.
The Underdark. You were doing this yesterday as well. Okay, so they've already got the pick there. Guardian taking down 1. But NIP, they've got themselves a long. They don't have to push forwards, but they've taken long away from NaVi. Are they really going to challenge Guardian on this range? Looks like that's going to be the case, but the 3 players peeking here for NaVi, able to take them down. Great angles, and even Zeus and Edwards are coming to play here. Zeus sort of very close on the car angle, bombed down in the smoke. Ali alone against 3.
Yeah, you don't want to be up against Alu in this situation. Although, who on NIP would you want to be up against in this situation? They're all capable of the clutch, the entire team. Alu, though, he's just waiting for the flank. With 3 players, there has to be at least 1 behind him. What will he do? They will eventually come to shut him down, but it's not going to be easy for them either. With 2 AWPs and only 1 rifle, there's the first frag. Now he can get himself in a 1v1 situation. He does have time to get the bomb down as well. And NaVi knows, no doubt, as you can see, the rotation away from the long area to try and defend the site. Ali getting flashed there. 20 seconds remaining. They're going to go for the double peek instead of the flank. Is he going to go for it? He's trying to bait the shot. He's baited the shot, but he gets taken out by the second one.
That was so well done because, again, he's playing for the bait. And Edward had a slightly offset angle to his teammates. So that's super smart from NaVi. Smart by Ali, but also smart by NaVi.
Do you think they discussed, you shoot first, if you miss, I'll get the follow-up?
Yeah, I think
because it would make sense to do it in that situation.
Absolutely. I think they're well aware of the dynamic there.
Ooh, they've got a good spawn. They could run straight in without any flashes, but they won't. They are on the full buy, and it's rare you do see the rush B, don't stop strat in professional matches. I do wish people would stop saying that in pugs. One day, Dan. One day.
One of these things. But there's 2 players close for NaVi. Sorry, it's for NIP. But NaVi holding it down well with the double AWPs that they are on at the moment. Getting Forest killed. And actually, again, Devil used to say, or said that in the past it was very common if NIP lose a player on the P side of Dust 2 early on in the round, that they'll, with 100% at this time, I think it was around Katowice, they'll always go for the cat drop into middle, into like a B play. That happened with high frequency in the past, but it's probably something that NIP are aware of, that they were exploited in that way, so they're not going for that here. Now, Zeus, good position here with the rifle, going to go down to get right though, 3-on-3 now. They have created a nice opportunity. They're splitting onto the site, A long and 2 up short here. Get right leading the charge with the bomb in his hands, taking down the frags. And it's on Cease now on the rotation. So great save here from NIP after losing a man early on. And Ali will even find the last frag with a rifle. And they couldn't have won a round in a more timely fashion because it was starting to get really out of hand for them.
Okay, so pause coming in. We might have a little delay here. While we are paused again, guys, make sure you hit the follow button as we approach 500k. When we do, M4A4s, butterfly knives, bayonets to be given away. Ooh, juicy. Juicy skins, Dan. Juicy skins.
How can a skin be juicy?
I don't know.
Your use of adjectives is inappropriate. I will not stand for this.
I cannot deny that, Dan. I cannot deny.
Just using
this sand is juicy.
Sand. Sand. I don't know what's more troubling, the fact that you would have to be eating sand to say that, and the fact that you're eating sand, or the fact that you use juicy to describe sand.
I'll leave you to decide.
Guess I could say something really stupid, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, James. Again, I'm going to apply some self-control to prevent myself from public embarrassment.
I feel like I might know where you're even going with that.
I think you do. You probably do. I'll tell you later.
4 AWPs on the in the game now. 2 for each side as opposed to 3 being on NaVi. Get Right's holding one. I'm not sure if he's going to be throwing that over because normally you see Forest. Oh, he's playing the spawn, so he could be going for a long pick here with the AWP, and it may go back to Forest afterwards. Let's see what he can do with it. No one to challenge him. So that was a super good spawn. When the CTs have an equal spawn, they can get past across before the Ts can peek them. But
there's Guardian though, and the Xbox smoke is still up at the moment. Look at this. This is really slow from NIP actually. Very, very slow. They've actually got 3 guys towards A long actually, because you know Get was holding the angle with the AWP, so they had the ability to move there, and that's going to tell them a lot. But there's 3 players here, and all the spray coming into play. Exist gets triple. Excellent stuff from him. That AK spray down is going to give them that A-bomb site. Oh, he's going to get one more as well. And now NIP, they completely destroyed all the dreams and hopes of NaVi in this round. Just C's left over.
what's a way to open up a site
Amazing.
on Dust 2?
Just destroyed them all. Sometimes you get those moments where they just line up for you. They just line up for you, and that's exactly what happened. And players at this caliber, it's very rare that they're going to fail on a situation like that. We saw it on Overpass with Happy. 3 players kind of just lining up, and just a simple spray control, and you win the round for your team. So he's even getting hunted down there by the remainder of NIP. And 6-2 now the score is. The bank from NaVi is all but depleted. Their money was great, but their buys were heavy. They had heavy buys. Double AWP buys all across all the rounds that they could.
Heavy buys, and now they suffer heavy losses. NIP, though, only with 2 rounds so far. And that's another good pick there, this time from Forest. On long. Nobody long last round. Oh, so close was Flamey. But now he's so close to death, only 12 HP. Getright's going to chase him, but Flamey only needs 1 shot to the head. But he is mashing on that deagle and not finding many connections. Getright heavily tagged down to 37. Will finish off Flamey and open up the long area. You can see the rotation coming in from NaVi. They are on eco after all, which means they will be a lot more aggressive than they otherwise would be. But clean sheet for NIP. And they half the deficit now, 6-3.
I think with the old wooden doors and the old penetration stuff, like wallbang feature,
Old wooden doors.
What's the better way to say that? I don't know. Anyway, I think Getrigt would have been dead about 5 different times there by Flamey's deagle. He had that dead on him through the doors, but did no damage.
It's a brave new world, Dan.
Yep.
With metal doors.
And we got double man peek down towards lower dark. Exist is super fast on the angle. Oh my goodness, so much damage done, and Zeus goes down as well. Massive losses yet again for NaVi in this buy round. Flamey's on an AUG. He's bought an AUG. He's even got the stat track AUG Chameleon.
Hey, did he win that on Faceit?
He probably bought it because it's probably worth about £1.
Okay, so the molly coming in to force him away from the position. Again, he has to run forwards to get out of that corner, which means extra damage for the Ts. Freiberg, though, not able to take control of the entire short area. You can see Flamey retreating now. But he has to as well, because Getright is in a position now that scope is coming into play. Oh, the timing, looking away just at the wrong time as he has to try and defend A from 2 sides. Getright falls. Flamey still doing work with the AUG, but for how much longer? Tagged down to 1 HP. Ali with the overkill there from the AWP, seized versus 3 now. He is flashed as well, and that's going to be a free kill for Ali.
The thing about the AUG purchase as well is that one of the reasons why you don't usually, you never see it is because not only is it kind of, generally worse than the M4, but the problem is that it's a lot more expensive as well. So that's like a nade that you don't have, more or less. So I guess with the scope, you can have some interesting spots with it. But anyway, once again, Getright's going to be causing some shenanigans here. Great control on the recoil, as you'd expect, and he's going to pick up a frag. So you saw on a foray into Dark is going to find himself at the mercy of Exist and Forest. And there's not much that NaVi can do now. They've unfortunately lost all their momentum. And in fact, it's NIP who are looking amazing to actually continue this streak of dominance at the moment. And honestly, they're just winning these early pick situations. It's not really much more complicated than that.
For those of you wondering what the differences are between the AUG and the M4, say for the scope, the recoil is a lot easier to control on the M4 for one. The AUG has higher armor penetration, and I think it's capable of one-taps close up as well, but at that from that range, I think the difference is negligible versus a spray down from an M4, where it's quite reasonable to get 2 taps, especially with the silenced one. Double ops.
Or doppio.
What is doppio? Is that Italian?
It means double in Italian.
Okay.
So that's, if you want double espressos,
Saving
cafe
that one for the
doppio.
chicks.
Okay, well, we're going to have this push through middle. If Forest can get an entry, it will be even better still. But they are playing it back into the site again on NaVi. They were outside a little bit for a little bit of time, but they've moved back and then go to the nades. I think a bit of miscommunication there, double smoke off. But either way, in comes the push. Forest already with the pick onto Edward. That's one player on B going down. There's the second one going down. And Forest spying over the smoke, takes down Guardian as well. Things looking very bad now from NaVi. This full buy completely circumvented with a quick push through middle. Couldn't be more simple than that. But the results are certainly devastating as NaVi, what are they going to be able to do here? They just, I mean, if they won't double up, they have to eco one round.
That was a really nice peek from Forest over the smoke. Normally you see that done the other way around, the CT's peeking over the smoke to try and stop the T's from pushing into the site, but rarely, if ever, do you see the T's look over the smoke, looking for the CT's rotating towards B.
And the one thing as well that we have to think about here is that NaVi won 6 in a row. Now NIP have won 6 in a row.
It's like when you're, just going back to that Forest thing, when you're, one of the rules of street photography and just taking photos, you know, outside, is always look behind you.
Well, because Getro's coming to stab you in the back.
Well,
steal your camera.
Well, he never stabbed me in the back. I was taking photos, but yeah, you never know what the scenery looks like, and Forest taking a peek, finding some frags. Very nicely done. NaVi indeed are going for the eco here, but how many ecos will it be? Yes, Exist is on 1500, and again we've got smoke. We've got smoke bugs. Guardian is in fact standing behind the smoke, but hey, first we had it invisible happy, now we have invisible smoke monsters.
But the guy was like lagging as well, so it looked even more hilarious. I like that.
So Edward's the only one remaining. Momentum solidly in NIP's favour.
Well, it certainly is. Bonsai, says Edward as he drops down and ends life with Get Right. But that's going to be one more round for NIP. Bring them 7-6. They have won 7 in a row now, and they have taken the lead for the first time in ages. And we're going to see now NaVi on the Scar 20, the auto sniper, and the double op. It is serious business here for NaVi. They want to take the last couple rounds in style. But there's double op here for NIP as well, Forest and Alu.
NaVi bringing out all the snipers. Isn't it Edward who's notorious for the auto sniper that time on Cash?
He's very, very, very good with it, actually. Yeah, he's done some ridiculous stuff with it. But Edward all around is just really sick, so... Well, we are going to see Sis spraying through. It's something you normally see, actually, Freiberg being the first guy to do. But old Freiberg is going to be the one on the Xbox finding the frag onto Edward, so they lose one of the ops, and Flamey's on an AUG again. Guardian will defend Catwalk for the duration, the earlier durations of this round, but that's going to trigger a push into Upper Dark from NIP. They're looking for that B play now. But can NaVi, get in position in time in front of the smokes?
Trades coming in with the auto sniper no less, so it's Zeus looking to strike thunder on these guys. But he's got many angles to contend with, and only one gun. His teammates coming in now, going to spray through the smoke, but not much to be done there. So, a retake with an AUG, an auto sniper, and an AWP. Not every day you see this. 3 scopes, and they will retreat for the last round.
I mean, because of the consecutive round loss bonus, it's always a mouthful. Every time I actually say that correctly, I'm always like smug inside. But due to the bonus, they are actually going to be able to have a fine buy in the following round, because the other 2 players, Edward and Cease, will be able to pick up rifles. And
we could call it the CRLB.
The CRLB?
Consecutive round loss bonus. CRLB.
I'm trying to think.
It sounds like a police agency, though.
I don't know if I like
Hi, I'm from the CRLB. Here's $3,000.
It does make a lot more sense if we say it very, very frequently than saying the consecutive round loss money bonus, which does take a long time. But anyway, we're going to have the buy-in for NaVi, couple M4s to fill it out, and loads of nades. 2-man setup on B, this typical setup on A as well. 3 members close towards the long area, just giving up catwalk, and NIP looking for that pick on A long. They've been quite consistent with it, actually. But NaVi have the push in upper dark. This could be the difference for them. That information, very key, but it exists. He spots it. He does get the kill. Flaming in with a frag on A long, though, so we're getting trades across the map here for both teams. Edward now with the follow-up onto Exist to finish him off, and that's now problematic. NIP with 2 AWPs, 1 AK, and they've got to bully their way onto this A bomb site.
Right, so big fight for the last round. Tapping there with the AUG for Flamey. Look at the control he is showing here.
God.
Looks like he's been practicing with this gun. Forrest with the P250, not opting for the AUG. One tap of Flamey and he could have got an epic P250 tap there.
He actually got a quad kill with his AUG. And the hilarious thing is that he was just kind of like, tap, 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 tap. Like he was taking ages to kill everyone.
Yeah, because
he was taking his sweet time because he knows
he was controlling the recoil. Which that you can see how hard it is and where the disadvantage is with the AUG. In the delay, he had to afford himself to keep his bullets in the right place. Because if you lose control of that baby, that's a wrap. You might as well throw it on the floor.
Okay, so 7 to 8. NaVi in trouble. Bit of trouble. We know that's... I mean, what? Considering all the matches we've had recently, that they've all been super back and forth, it's quite refreshing to see just dominance and then dominance. And then just at the end, maybe bringing it back with the 4 kill with the AUG. But now we're going to have a quick movement here. Up catwalk from NaVi. Just no messing about. Going to go for the A split. This is one of the most standard ways to play your T pistol. But the problem is that they are a bit thin on the attack for catwalk here into the bomb site. It's just Guardian. And the rest of them have just fallen back a little bit. They are taking it slower after that immediate surge up catwalk.
Leaving doubt to the mind of NIP, trying to get him to rotate maybe to the wrong area, but it's NaVi. See, so much doubt there. They start backing off, maybe for the sake of somebody who might be in CT spawn. Then they start charging up again. Guardian so good on these pistol rounds, finds another frag onto Freiberg. That's an open A site. We're going to have a plant here, guaranteed. Edward in control of long, which limits the retake here for NIP. They can only come from short and CT. Edward looking for the flank as well onto short. You can see Alu there with the final teammate Exists. Edward's coming closer to taking down Alu now, and that's exactly what he will do. Holding down long, nobody there, comes down to short, finishes off the remaining CTs for NaVi.
So, NaVi.
So, Dan. NaVi.
NaVi.
So
NaVi. Almost sounds like C'est la vie.
I was thinking exactly the same thing.
Okay, so we've got the Deeks coming out from Freiberg. Some 5-7s. And NaVi, they're sticking together, looking for the trades, but C's a little bit slow through the door there, blocking his teammates a little bit, and they are going to sustain some amount of damage, but they are going to claim 2 frags with it as well. So as far as a strategic standpoint goes, NaVi just sticking together and making sure that they're good for the trades, and that NIP cannot abuse them too heavily with a stack, which is quite common actually towards long, that you have 2 or 3, or maybe even 4 players early in the round. That can very commonly happen, but Guardian, that frag, and Zeus with his, slowly but surely, closing it out cleanly there for NaVi. It's clean. It's like there's some Silip Bang as it came out to play there from NaVi. I miss Silip Bang adverts.
When you say clean, it makes me think of Miss Harvey's Colgate smile. That's pretty clean.
Oh my god.
It's clean as duck.
In America though, there is much more focus on like super white teeth, I've noticed, than and people getting their teeth bleached and stuff. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, it's full save here for NIP. I'm going to see the frags going easily once again to NaVi. I mean, of course, there's not much that NIP can really accomplish here. So it's all going to be about how they play that buy round of theirs. And having lost the pistol, they're not really going to be able to get the open play unless Alu saved hardcore and didn't really buy much in the previous round. Actually, let's see how much money Alu has, because it would be really beneficial for him to be able to AWP. Yeah, he's got enough for AWP armor actually, so that's nice. Or nades, but he's going to get AWP Kevlar.
Okay, so 2-round advantage for NaVi. And they've got a reasonable amount of money in the bank. I'd say they've got a lot of money in the bank here. Save for Guardian, who's on a Manolo hype. NIP in desperate need of a win here this round. They need this victory. They need the W. But it's early days. Minute and a half on the clock. You can see 2.5 people on long for NIP. Short being held by Alu from the car position, also known as game helper if you're a 1.6er. Forest there, close the double doors, trying to keep an eye onto the short area. If somebody comes up to Xbox, you may be here to surprise them. Excuse me, Edward might just do exactly that. But God, he's going to peek the angle, and that is a quick scope. So, 1 round advantage. Sorry, 1 man advantage for NaVi. 50 seconds on the clock. And they're creeping through double doors. Okay, Dan doesn't want to say anything, so push coming into the B-bomb site exists, getting traded, and only Freiburg remains. Why are you trolling me, Dan?
I thought you were going to continue your play with it.
There was like a huge gap there for you to talk.
Maybe it was
a giant
you were
gap.
just using pace, using silence for added effect.
Okay. I'm going to get a big red button that gives a big red light next to your head so you know when to talk. I think that's the solution.
Nice.
So, NIP, a round they needed to win, a round they could not find a W in. So, if all goes well for NaVi here, they'll be on 12 to the NIP's 8, which will start to be getting scarily close to that magical 16. Guardian just giving Alu a bit of a kneecap shave there. Managing to find the frag, but so far so good. Only C's going down. Pod Flash coming in for Get Right. What can he do with it? 1 frag with a 5-7, 2 frags, and this could in fact go the way of NIP. They've got control of the bomb now. Get Right has an AK. That's never a good situation if you're the opponent. NIP trying to, NaVi trying to recover here. Get Right's rotating with the AK, trying to support his teammate. Was last seen on the B bomb site. He'll be going backwards and forwards. Freiburg with the dig as well. This is dangerous for NaVi.
If he gets the right timing for the peak, now that could be very, very troublesome. He's just sitting on the bomb there, and Freiburg has joined him over at the double doors, waiting to hear the rat-a-tat-tat of that AK to go for the peak, and in comes the flashbang. And did they pick up the bomb? Yes. No, they not yet, actually. Get Right can still just see a glimmer of the bomb as they slowly make their way in. They still have time to use, and there go the grenades, using everything they can. There is the pre-fire from Get Right on the peak. Good stuff there from him. Now Freiburg is in position behind the car, and Zeus needs to find both these players. Oh, great stuff from Zeus, but Get Right will finish it off with 30 health, untouched in that 2-on-2. He played that so incredibly well in so many different ways. Firstly, by going to support Freiburg in double doors, maybe trying to get a 2-on-1 situation should Freiburg get an engagement there. But then just the way that he played the peaks on the site with Freiburg. Gorgeous counter-strike by Get Right.
Very well done indeed. So they lost the round they had to win, and they won the round that they were supposed to lose. So they bring it to 2 rounds here. NaVi, again, had lots of money in the bank, so he's still going to get a buy. And again, now it's NIP center to get sprayed down on long the way that existed it to NaVi on the previous half. Alu, not sure if his position has been known. Don't think it has been. Nice flash from a teammate, going to give him a free kill onto Flamey. Guardian, though, still in control of long. We may see a battle of the Orpus here. Alu trying to jump, trying to get some information from over the structures. But he's going to be stuck for a while. It's not going to be safe for him to cross. Bomb with a teammate is in mid. They could go for the 2-pronged assault. They know where Alu is. That's a bit of information, but do they peek him from short? Does Guardian try to push him from long? Or do they abuse the fact that they might be in pit and Guardian rotates? Exists going for some information. If he pushes to the T side of B apps, he could crush this round. But NaVi headed through to mid. It's going to come down to Forest here.
All right, well, he's not been smoked off just yet. They're not making a single peep.
Well, they should have heard the scope from Guardian.
And there it is, goes for the peak. He spots the player on the angle, but Guardian going to save C's life. 6 HP on C's, and Guardian is taking no prisoners, eliminating Alu. And they know that they must be clear now, so they are going to backpedal all the way there. And that's a very smart choice, but... Ooh, Guardian He had that second sense. He had that tingling. His spidey senses were going off. They're going crazy. He span around and got the kill. Good stuff there from the one and only Guardian.
Great decision making there. Very unfortunate for Forest as well. From the distance that Guardian was looking up a slope, he would have heard him zooming in, but he knows Guardian's there. He doesn't know how many more. Could have closed out the round for NIP, but no. The trades will happen. Back and forth we go, but it's NaVi who are on that 12th round now. If they get to 13, then definitely alarm bells and red lights will be ringing for NIP. Find themselves on the eco again. So, we really have to expect the 13 here for NaVi. Although, we know what Get Right did last time they were on the eco.
This time they're more cautious though on the upper dark area. They're going to actually just back away. Although Get Right with the drive-by there. So now the AK going to get sprayed on Zeus. And that's a weapon up for grabs there for Ali as well, as NaVi make their way through middle now. And the smoke will go down to block off vision as they can get themselves into the bomb plant position. Get Right and Ali with no armor to play with are going to have a tough time, but actually Get Right making that kill could really make things much easier. Sees gets the key frag onto Alu now. Guardian is going to get the bomb down, and he's going to be able to peek onto Get Right as well. Seas can provide information and pressure, but Get Right going straight in there. Oh, if he gets the quick frag, oh, he can't go for the hold though because he doesn't have a kit. Peeks out for the immediate face, and Get Right, what does he do? He's got 12 HP, no kit. He's faking the defuse. Oh my goodness, if the first bullet had landed in Caesar's head, Get Right would have clutched that. Oh my god, again, this guy is just pulling out these crazy rounds for NIP.
Almost did it again, but it wasn't enough. That said, he did do colossal damage to them. If they can string 1-2 rounds together and try and stop NaVi from getting the bomb down as well. A lot to ask, but if they can do it, then who knows what may happen.
Uh-oh. Alu's going for the peak, but the timing didn't want to stay out there for too long, and NaVi were a little bit too slow, and Alu couldn't capitalize. But that is always scary. But he's still there lurking, and he was on the angle, spotting out Zeus. And now NIP have a man up advantage, but they are still really suffering on weapons. 2 FAMASes and an MP7 against these AKs of NaVi.
So they're looking to creep through the smoke, but Exist is in a strong position. He doesn't even need to engage the first person he shoots, sees, but he will. And now he's going to bait for his teammates to get that flash out towards Red as well. He's going to do massive damage, going to get shot while people are blind. But he's got a one-man advantage for his team. You can see Alu looking to gap one of the players, and that's exactly what he'll do. He'll find Guardian before the smoke goes down. Flamey throwing a molly straight into the smoke there. Bit of panic, not sure what's going on. So, Flamey versus 2, got the bombs, got 40 seconds. He knows that there's one person outside.
Now, a very standard play here could actually be for him to push the smoke into double doors, or just to wait there to try to get a quick one-on-one, but just going to go for the standard plant and see what he can do. But that's the problem. You need to try to find that one-on-one or create one-on-ones, and NIP, they always kept that option available to them to have that overwhelming advantage. 10 rounds for them now against the 13 of NaVi. So NaVi very close to bringing a close to this match. But let's have a look and see how the money goes, because Freiburg and Get Right have picked themselves up AWPs. That's a pretty big deal. And NaVi are going to be emptying the coffers. All the money spent for them. So this round is worth so much to NIP.
Triple AWPs. We've got 5 AWPs. Half the players on the server are holding AWPs down. They all want the Tentacle God. Edward down to 38 HP, already heavily tagged. And they still have a 3-round advantage. What can they do with it? Can they hold on? Can they extend? Can they bring themselves toward that 16th round?
Well, at the moment, these triple AWPs are going to slow down their play massively. It's going to be very hard to move and get those quick positions. But wow, 2 players here on the crossfire from NIP. One looking over the smoke. Exist ready potentially to pop flash as well. Get Right going to spot the first player as the smoke goes away. NaVi does get the kill onto Exist. Very understanding that Get Right's playing with a teammate there on the crossfire, but the smokes go down again, and Get Right looking to push through them on the edge. They surely should predict this, but no, Get Right going to take more advantages, taking down 2 players. He has been instrumental in this defense for NIP, and Forest, it should be finishing off the last of them. There's Zeus. He goes down, and NIP win a very important round, and that is going to put them right in contention now to just crush NaVi, at least for another couple rounds.
Yes, the money has been broken on the CIS side. So if NaVi can win the round following this, of course with this round as well, then it's anyone's. But they need to get through the eco first. And it looks like it's going to be the train. Exist is here with the M4, that's going to be important. Nice nade, and that should be a complete wipeout. Indeed it is. Exist with the 5-man anti-eco spray down. That is S tier. I'll just do that there.
Someone should time that ace. I know people love that, you know, the fastest ace competitions and stuff, but yeah, I mean, you rarely see that in top level play because of that reason. But these players are so good at spraying everyone down. So we're gonna have 13-12 as the scoreline. NIP, that double AWP setup, just one AWP for NaVi. That AWP is on Guardian at the moment, and that seems much better than the 3 AWPs that they were playing with before. Edward smoked off of A long, so the options towards A are a little bit limited at the moment as far as picks go. And Get Right has decided, you know, the timing on the map is about right for NaVi to have players around the middle area, around the catwalk. So he's gone to provide once again a crossfire with Exist. Now, NaVi, they don't have much presence towards catwalk, but if they were to peek Zeus up there, they could get some key information about Get Right's position at the very least. He's going to open up there into middle, but do they commit there? They've got 45 seconds left to play. They can still go for the A split if they want to. They've got a player towards A long, it's Edward. But Get Right, he's going to play for the info. This is really key by Get Right. What's he going to spot? He spots 3 of them. Oh, sprays down 2 straight away, gets returned, but that's big information for his team. That's going to initiate a push through long, and his team now know what's coming, but can they stop this train?
Exist got completely bodied there by Zeus, and they are going to move into the site. Flamey just about gets there before the peak comes in from CT spawn. Ali and Freiberg, AWP and an AK to try and retake this, to try and stop NaVi from marching towards that magical 16. We had a fake plant come in. Freiberg's going to push and try and punish a plant before it can happen. The flash will get all the players. He'll get 1 frag. He's onto the site now. Gets a second one onto Edward as well. Doesn't know where Zeus is. Gets the first frag, and he will clutch it for his team. NaVi make it to that 14th round. 2-round advantage over NIP. They should be able to afford another buy, the Swedish Finnish team. And in fact, they'll have a better buy, maybe, than NaVi will have. But it's NaVi with the rounds.
Indeed it is, and I mean, Zeus has really been so good on Dust 2 today, like so good for NaVi on Dust 2, and that shows again. Well, we picked him on our Vulcan team.
I think Reese has Flamey instead of Zeus, is that right?
Yes, I think
Let's have a quick look at the scoreboard and see how much we are bodying Producer Reese right now, and in fact, we are bodying him pretty hard.
All right, well, we're going to see a bit of a more standard play from NaVi at the moment, around middle, around 120-ish timing. And this time Exist is not as far out onto middle as normally he would be. He's actually in the B1 site. It's just Get Right who's here this time. He spotted the bomb, and that, okay, you know, it's a minute left. Doesn't tell him all that much just yet. Just that NaVi are undecided. They don't have any presence on catwalk whatsoever. Get Right's the only man providing any information for his team, and by this point, the information he just gave his team is irrelevant. But NaVi, they're going to be pushing forwards towards middle, and they might just be trying to get a pick, trying to bait some players and force them into odd engagements. But it's not happening just yet. NaVi are making their way slowly towards B now with the bomb on seized. Now, NIP, they don't know what's going on just yet. They're really far away from the rotation. If NaVi get the pace on really fast, that's going to be the difference. But Forrest is stopping them. He's delaying them. And that's exactly what he needs to do. Exist here at the back of the plateau. Can he stop them as well? Great spray there from Exist. Takes down both players. Oh, might get more as well. Seized. Does provide the kill there onto Exist. But 2-on-3 with these very weak players for NaVi.
Bomb goes down with 5 seconds to spare, so they have to hold off versus a 3-man push, and they are going to get completely annihilated, pretty much. So, NIP bringing this towards the clutch scores in the death throes of this match, at least for normal time. Who knows, maybe we'll see an overtime, Dan. We've seen enough already. Why not one more?
the theme, the Faceit theme of the week. Overtimes in all of the matches, in overtimes. Ali going to be peeking middle there to begin with. They know the money situation of their opponents. It's much easier to keep track of it now as well. If you ever forget, if someone on the team like is forgetful, you can just press tab and you can see what happens in each of the rounds. And they're able to actually already take down some players in middle with these spray downs and these tap downs. It's a bit of a shooting range here for NIP in middle. Just able to pad out some stats for Alu in Forest. So 14-14. NaVi now in with a bye, but it's not particularly amazing. You know, have the AKs, they'll have the AWP, but will they have the grenades they need? Now we're going to see not very many grenades. Only 3 smokes, in fact. So that could be problematic. And on the other hand, have a lot of cash to play with and a fast peek down shorts.
You can see Freiburg throwing the nades there just to try and get the timing for someone who might be running through Suicide. But they're heavily tagged in the long area as well. Freiburg all over the place, getting the frag onto Flamey and Long. 2 more players to contend with, but they've got a crossfire between Pit and the corner of Long as well. Freiburg does go down, but there's 2 more Long players to try and stave off. Zeus going to take down Get Right, tries to get the spray. It's going to run out of bullets. Exist is going to come over and try to help. Meanwhile, only Edward and Zeus remain. Zeus getting caught short by Exist. Edward versus 2. No bomb.
And no money left on the team either. This is a must-win round for NaVi to have a chance. And Edward takes down Exist. Forrest is left over, but he's got full health. He's got a kit, and he's got potentially a very good position to at least hear everything. He's going to hear stepping. Of course, you can hear if the guy's running around on Long from the short position. Edward might think that being here is inaudible, but Forrest will hear him, I think. Yeah, I think he heard him there. So here goes Edward. Forrest is just waiting now, patiently. He wants to be short. Oh, he's going to plant for short. This is the worst possible situation. Oh, that's going to prevent him from going back either. There's just no way that Edward can do anything there. Oh, no. Poor Edward. And that's going to be NaVi completely crippled. Not even a bomb down to... Because if they had the bomb down, they could actually buy AKs and have armor still, but this is just not going to happen now. It's going to be Tech 9 armor, full nades. But you never know with a round like this.
3 more mollies on the NIP CT side. And yes, this is a horrible situation for NaVi. Only a Deagle and 4 Tech 9s. That nade is not going to go in the right direction for them. So no damage onto the NIP so far, with NaVi exhausting some of the little inventory they have. Smoked off in shorts. And they'll have no indication as to if any nades come in. They'll just have to take them in the face. So
yeah, those very early nades from NaVi basically forced these smokes on short, guaranteed from NIP. And now they have a great advantage. And Freiburg's going to be able to get the opening kill. They're going to run through the smokes blind. Really good timing on the flash there from NIP. But they've got to get the frags. And it's a one-man advantage for them at the moment. So you would definitely favor their chances. The bomb is down on short as well. So problematic here for NaVi. It's just Edward and Flamey left. And NaVi are all falling, and NIP will win. 16-14. They were trailing most of the game, but they managed to pull it on through. So well played to NIP against NaVi. NIP played NaVi just